Yes, it is Whiskey Wednesday. And we're going to see what the Whiskey Tribe is up to. Let me tell you, this is possibly the favorite part of my stream when we just talk about different types of whiskeys. And I get thirsty for the apple juice, of course, for the apple juice. Let's check out what the Whiskey Tribe is up to.
Time. The Achilles heel of whiskey making. In an industry where everything takes time.
Brianna.
A lot of time. One can't help but wonder, is there a better way? And does this brave, new, fast world of whiskey making arrive in a yellow truck?
Everybody was kung fu fighting.
Big day here at the distillery. We've been waiting on this barrel for a long time, straight from South America. We're expecting big things from it.
What is this?
AMBURANA barrel from Brazil.
Marijuana barrels?
AMBURANA.
AMBURANA.
If AMBURANA
Of course, Brianna is saying marijuana barrels. It's her dream come true if they wear marijuana barrels.
lives up to its reputation. We're not talking about a finishing barrel that takes months, potentially years to show up. This is days.
She's a party girl.
What's the fun on this guy?
This is an AMBURANA oak barrel. Now, strictly speaking, this isn't related to the oak barrels that we're familiar with here in the States, the white oak barrels.
Okay.
But this thing is going to be a funky adventure. Check this out. So this is a traditional white oak barrel.
They're experimenting with different types of wood casks, man. Like this, it changes the taste. It changes the taste so much by choosing different types of woods. That's what she said. That's what she said. Did she? Christy.
That's, the kind of barrel that's being used in most of American whiskey making. This is going to be the AMBURANA, and you can see it's a little bit more of a yellow golden hue in color. Right off the bat, I'm noticing a few different things. Oh my, dude, smell that. Yeah. Man, gosh, it's the weirdest thing. There's like a Lay's sweet barbecue chips note too. What are you expecting in terms of the speed with which we're going to put in a bourbon that already has some age on it? But we want the flavors in here to show up in that bourbon. How long before it starts to be recognizable?
So I'm expecting to notice something in maybe less than a week.
Okay, it clings, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You guys are gonna smell it all day of this.
You gotta like the smell if you're gonna be working with this stuff. It's a nice smell, but you gotta make sure that these notes are gonna be playing well with the spirit that you're gonna put in there. So, yeah, this will be fun. I want to figure out exactly what we're dealing with. So we want to see if we can get a little bit of a sense of what the AMBURANA is going to be doing with the spirit. This is a bag of
I love these guys. They are experimenting with taste. They're building a new distillery. Everything they do is about the taste of the whiskey. I absolutely love their commitment. They're master distillers, master craftsmen. Like everything about that they do is always for the taste, man. Absolutely, and the smell, the whole experience of it. I absolutely love the Whiskey Tribe.
AMBURANA wood chips from Brazil. So I weighed each of these out on a very precise scale. We should be working with 2 grams. We got the same type of wood. We're gonna be doing some small scale experiments with some vodka, with the same almost 3-year-old bourbon. And we wanna see 2 main factors, the stuff that this wood is legendary for: intensity and speed. So while I set up our short time scale experiment, Kyle is here pulling out an almost 3-year-old Bardstown bourbon. This is going to be living in our new AMBURANA barrel. We're expecting big things. But first we gotta take it out of the barrel, put it into a tank, and then from there, we're gonna transfer it into what is possibly going to be one of the coolest barrels we've ever gotten our hands on. We'll find out.
Oh, at the beginning of the show, we do Good Mythical Morning, and usually they're doing things with food. Like this morning, it was poppers, right? And I got really, really hungry. Okay, this was nearly, how long has our stream been, by the way? 4 hours, wow. Thank you. That's some serious stamina. And then now, 4 hours later, we're looking into these types of whiskeys, and just seeing that liquid pouring into that cask like that is just such a beautiful, beautiful thing.
Thank
you, Hugh. Thank you. Oh.
This episode is sponsored by
Boom!
Hey, Brianna, do you have any bad habits?
Tons of them.
So if you ever try to quit a bad habit, like the cold turkey, that's pretty intense and it's not always effective. If you can just take the badness out of a habit, then very often that's a better way to go, yeah? Foom is an innovative, award-winning device that does exactly that. It takes the bad out of the habit. We have new flavors. I've never even tried these before. I'm gonna try them for the first time. This is the raspberry lemon.
I mean, their shill is strong, but professional man style. You know what I mean? But what exactly is this? What exactly is this?
Oh,
Is it like vape without the
I got a
vape?
little of the core on my finger. Let me adjust the
it's like
airflow
fake
dial
vaping.
here.
Vape is
I
vape.
think you should experience this.
I agree. It does smell really nice.
You want to open the sparkling grapefruit for me?
All right. Skipping the professional shill.
Yeah, they could get.
Let's give
Skipping
it
the
a
professional shill. Back to the
Last
whiskey.
whiskey try.
He tried to get in. Oh, I'm
Back.
going to incrementally expose him to the sting. Close your eyes.
Oh.
Under your nose, right there.
Sniff it.
Oh.
No guesses?
Sniff.
No, I was not there long enough. Can I live with
Keep
it a
your
little
eyes
bit?
closed.
All right, close your
okay.
eyes. Here, hold that bag and live with it all you want.
It smells like beef jerky.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Oh, it's wood chips.
It's alive.
Oh, it's funky though.
Are you getting like sweet glazed barbecue chips?
Barbecue chips.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, can I open my eyes?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
In front of.
I know I'm not a big fan of the smoky kind of bourbons out there, or like the mesquite kind of taste. But there are a lot of people in here that have said to me, DG, you should really try. Like, I would like to see what you guys would say would be like a smoky bourbon that you guys think that would be interesting for me to try.
Of you will notice
weird.
I
wood
need some
chips
names.
across these spirit samples.
Okay.
Time stamps when these wood chips went in there for the first time.
Okay.
Can you hazard a guess as to what we are possibly playing with in these bottles?
Can I ask some questions?
3 questions.
I get 3 questions.
Yeah.
Is
As
it
you ask questions, I'm gonna pour us a little something here.
okay? Is it a wood that? I mean, it is wood, but
Yes.
is it a? That's not one.
That's correct.
Okay.
And you get 2 questions.
2 more.
Is it a wood typically used in spirits production and aging?
Typically, no.
Like,
Well,
is it?
It's
I like the vanilla. I like the vanilla notes, Futz. I do. I like some caramels. Some of the caramels do kind of go towards a little bit of that smoky range, Futz. So that's interesting. I like cinnamon. A lot of people don't, but I like a cinnamony taste in my bourbon for some reason.
Isn't it a relative of the type that is?
Oh, I think I know. Is it the Brazilian one?
Yeah.
Yes.
The AMBURANA, yeah.
Yes.
Ah, I've never smelled it before.
So this is AMBURANA.
Oh, this is
Now, this specifically, this is a spirit. This is cachaça. It's a rum-like spirit from Brazil, and they have been known to use AMBURANA barrels. I haven't noticed this yet. What are you getting on the nose? I'm
Brianna
Granola
likes
apple.
that.
Yeah.
wow, so trippy. I've never smelled anything like that.
Daniel, this is the trippy part about this wood. The speed with which it can impact things.
Oh, yeah.
Typically, whenever you're aging wood, finishing in these oak barrels, you're checking it across, months. Whenever we're talking to people who have played with this.
Okay, Aether. I'm making a note. Pepe, write those down. I want to try what Aether's talking about. Write those down for me. Thank you, Aether.
You need to be checking it, like days and weeks are the game, not months and years. Okay, what do you get on this? I haven't tried this
Taste
yet.
it?
Well, for one, taste it and smell this, and they're fucking identical.
Yeah, it's on the nose immediately.
On the finish, yeah.
So what I want to find out is just in a neutral flavored spirit, what is the AMBURANA throwing at that spirit over a very small window of time? Let's start with just the standard unchanged vodka and then jump over to the high end. And then let's see, compared to the nothing and that AB, what's the extreme end of that?
Yeah.
Just to remind ourselves.
What vodka tastes like?
Yeah,
Which is technically nothing?
Or doesn't
Blah.
taste like.
yeah. Look, this smells
Look
like
at
whatever
that.
you dried
Smells
the
like
glasses with.
nothing.
Whatever you used to dry the glassware, that's what this smells like.
Because they have been living in a cabinet for a year.
Yeah, that's what it smells like, cardboard box.
Yeah, it's been in a cardboard box in the cabinet for a year. So let's strain out a Glencairn's worth. So this is 2 grams of AMBURANA chips in the vodka, the Silly Goose vodka, for 48 hours, 2 days. So the color difference between, that looks like,
Oh, yeah. 90
Oh, that's
are you
days.
cool,
seeing that?
Futz.
On the nose, what are we getting in this?
It smells exactly like this.
Yeah, I have to agree with Aether, and that's cool. Fut says my neighbors are Portuguese and get cachaça imported from back home, and it is awesome. And then Aether says vodka tastes like absence. It's nasty. It's like the absence of taste. I agree with you. I'm not a big vodka fan. I noticed that like a lot of women in my life are vodka drinkers. I think, and I could be wrong about this, but it feels like females more lean towards the vodka. And I've never been, which is one of the reasons I love Christy. Christy really is into the bourbon. She likes the whiskeys, and I like whiskey girls, And tequila girls, don't even get me started about tequila girls.
Bag.
But subtle.
Well,
Yeah.
Do you
There's
like-
just
you like
a
good
muted
vodka?
version.
Yeah, like Good Games. Good Games is my Russian brother, and I know Good Games would be like, DG, you must try this vodka. This vodka is the best vodka I've ever had. How dare you, DG? He would be very upset by me saying that right now. But I feel like vodka is enjoyed by Russians in entirety and women. I've offended everybody. That's what I do here. Welcome to DG360, where I offend everybody.
Version of what's right here.
subtle contextually.
Yeah.
Subtle for 48 hours. For 48 hours,
Okay, yeah.
this is incredibly
Fingers.
intense and
Yeah.
dense.
There's a
You're
little
not
less
offended,
like
Fingers. You love
sweet
me.
ham than like I'll find that in there, but less in here.
Slightly medicinal.
my
It's all the
brilliance,
front
Fingers.
porch and dust and dirt.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Okay, yeah. Oh,
Sweet.
oh my gosh! There's like
The
a little,
vanilla.
Oh,
there's
that
a
was
little
a
toasted
surprise.
marshmallow in there.
Yeah. The vanillins are really
Oh my gosh!
jumping out.
I kinda
That
f- with
kind
that,
of
dude.
makes me look forward to the bourbon.
Let's jump into 6 hours and 2 hours.
It's really pleasant the whole way down.
Yeah, it is
That's
nice.
really nice.
Let's jump to 6.
Yeah, and I'm not a tequila guy either. I'm not a big tequila. I go too loco on tequila. Like tequila makes me sick to my stomach. I can't do tequila either. I just stick to my whiskeys. I stick to my bourbons. I stick to my scotches. I can't do tequila really. Like when somebody says, "Oh, tequila," I'm like, "Oh no, I'm gonna be sick, or I'm gonna do something insanely beast mode crazy," and that's why I stay away from tequila. It's like my beast mode drink. Can't do that. It's very bad. Bad things happen when I get on tequila, for real.
6 hours? Yeah, let's go
Jump to
6 hours.
Here's the color difference between
Right,
the
right,
6
right.
and the neutral. I think it's going to be obviously a lot more subtle, but it's still there if you can see it. Okay, anything
Duh.
different on the nose, or is
Okay,
it
it's
only does it
very-
track perfectly? It's just less
No,
subtle.
No,
it's
all
not.
the things that you really
there a
liked
tequila
about
again?
it aren't there yet. But it
Yeah.
does have all of the medicinal rubber things
Yeah.
that
We
are
always
buried
are,
in the
Aether.
back.
We
The
always
sweetness
are,
hasn't
bro.
filled in. We're talking about the sweetness not showing up
Yeah.
in 2 days.
6 hours.
Oh yeah, in 6 hours. But I'm saying the
Fingers.
sweetness that can show up,
Yeah.
it shows up in 2 days.
Yeah.
Sorry, I jumped
Give me a
ahead.
break.
Yeah, you do
Ah,
that.
jeez.
I didn't mean to.
Oh,
It doesn't taste great. It's sour.
it's okay. You get the wood on there though, but you
But
don't
it
get the
tastes a little
sweetness.
sour.
Sour, almost like a bitter quality. That was the first thing that the wood gave you, but it didn't give you the sweetness yet. But it only took freaking 2 days
And
to
none of
get
that
sweetness.
marshmallow.
Yeah, no, none of the marshmallow.
Does the sweetness show up in 24 hours? Okay. Did you just burp in my face?
Yes.
She is so great. Can I just get some applause? I gotta say, I'm gonna share some history. Like there was this girl named Olivia, and I say was because she had passed away. She got hooked on heroin. Unfortunately, she was an awesome bassist, and Olivia and I would party in garages all over Ohio and play beautiful music together. And she was just like Brianna, very party girl, very fun, and just did crazy shit like Brianna. And I have to say, Brianna really reminds me of Olivia, and I completely miss her. I completely miss Olivia right now. But yeah, like it's just so kind of cool to get Olivia's vibe through Brianna, man.
Getting some turkey sandwich on that?
That's so weird. That's what I had for lunch.
The 48 is still noticeably better, but the sweetness is starting to show up.
Oh, I can, yeah.
Starting to show up for sure.
It still didn't have the toasted marshmallow note that I really liked, but it was getting there. It was close.
Do you remember when we were in Ireland at Teeling having a conversation with Alex Chasko? It was in the stairwell, and we were asking about the different type of barrels he was using.
Yeah.
No.
And he just mentioned in passing, we're also experimenting with some South American oak.
Yeah. That was AMBURANA.
That was the AMBURANA. And they've come out with their AMBURANA.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what we have here, this is the Bardstown.
Okay.
Are we doubling down on cinnamon and vanilla? Or is it enough different of an angle of the cinnamon and vanilla that it's just gonna add complexity to these notes? 75.
Dude, cinnamon and vanilla, great combinations. I really love those two notes in any type of bourbon.
Corn, 21 rye, 4% malted barley.
Right.
These are medium toast.
Right.
Wood chips.
Right.
And from what I understand, the AMBURANA barrel that we got is a toasted barrel.
Okay. This is just the original?
The neutral.
This is the Bardstown. Okay, let's just try it. It's
Mouth
soft.
it.
Yeah.
Mouth.
Oh, densely sweet.
Oh my gosh, the honey is in there, man.
That's a good one.
This is the moment. You ready?
Yes.
All right, 48 hours. The color is actually a little bit darker.
Oh yeah.
The AMBURANA.
Wow, that's
There's a lot of
really
vanilla.
It's
crazy.
there, but it jumped up the cinnamon and the cream.
Oh my gosh.
Definitely
Whoa.
different. Yeah. Definitely different.
What?
And I'm gonna say it's better.
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah.
richer.
Yeah.
Like it's heading creamy.
Okay,
I
yeah.
was thinking about Olivia. I'm just
oaky,
thinking
but
about
also
Olivia. I'm sorry,
cinnamon.
Fuds.
The cinnamon, you're right.
Yeah.
It's so much
I'm getting
more
a little emotional
forward.
thinking
Let's
about her.
drink this. I haven't drank it yet.
Okay.
Oh, it really
Oh.
is.
Wow.
A Christmas. It's a little too much on the palate. The nose is perfect.
No, I
Palate
love
into
it.
Yeah.
a Christmas dessert spirit.
Yeah, it's like almost ginger snap snickerdoodle.
Yeah.
Oh,
And the fact
You know the craziest story? I'm going to share more stories with you. I know you guys appreciate it. Some of you do. So this is the whole point, right? Is Olivia was in I think she was in a band called Flyleaf, and this was back in the late 90s. And she was an amazing bassist. She was a cool, skinny chick. She was always like very outgoing and super funny. And we would find ourselves the last two people at night awake. Like everybody would conk out around us or pass out around us. And at the end of the night, it was usually Olivia and I bullshitting. And the crazy thing is we lost ways with one another. We lost touch with one another. And years later at a friend's bonfire, because I had heard she got hooked on heroin, you know. A lot of my friends actually in the metal scene, you know, back in the days, they got hooked on the hard stuff, and I never did. I was like, I'm not touching anything like that. That's too much for me. And I just seen too many people waste away. And it was really big in the metal scene in the 90s. And she got hooked on it, and I thought she passed away, right? And here I am at this bonfire with one of my friends. His name was Andy. And I'm sitting around the bonfire, and here she is. And she's with this other girl, and they were together. And I'm like, holy shit, Olivia, because I thought she was dead, you know? And I'm like, oh my God, it's so good to see you. And then I gave her a big hug, and we talked. And just like the old times, we stayed up till, 2, 3, 4 a.m. in the morning, and everybody passed out around us as the fire started to die. And talked to her for a little bit longer. And then she moved and didn't hear from her for the longest time. And then like 2 or 3 years ago, I saw on her Facebook page, her parents had posted that she had passed away, and I'm like, oh man, she like died twice in my life. You know what I mean? Like it was really weird because, you know, when I saw her at the bonfire, I was like, oh my God, she's alive. Holy shit, she kicked the habit. I'm so happy for her. And I was just like beside myself with happiness. And then years later it happened, you know, and it was just like when like somebody dying twice on you, it really screws your mind up. You know what I mean? And like, that's kind of why I'm getting emotional, because Brianna really embodies like Olivia, you know, like, I mean, like literally you could probably not distinguish the difference between Brianna and Olivia. They're literally like the same personality types. But yeah, it is, man. And that's why it's like, and that's why it's hitting me, because Futz is like, DG, you look really sad. And I'm just like kind of going through those feels again. So I just wanted to explain to you, like, I need to lift myself up a little bit. But yeah, like I'm just feeling those feels right now as I'm watching this. You lost a lot of close friends to that, did you? I'm sorry, Futz. I'm sorry, dude. You know?
fact that this is a little much for you and just right for us. That's
Yeah.
what we're talking about. With this
Yeah.
barrel, you have to watch out like a freaking hawk.
Yeah,
You do.
Okay. It didn't just double down to make those
No.
baking spice flavors too much. It just gave a different angle, so it gave that complexity. They sent us the barrel, unused
Yeah.
barrel. Oftentimes,
Yeah,
like,
in fact, the interesting thing is, Doug, is she was in there before the bass player, before they got famous. So Doug says, I love Flyleaf. Have you heard of them, dude? That's awesome. So yeah, she was actually like in there for just a little bit. She had only been with Flyleaf for a couple weeks. They like booted her out, which was generally the way that things happen in the metal scene. Like there were a lot of people that I knew that actually made it. For instance, Seven Dust. You know, I was very familiar with Seven Dust and the dudes of Seven Dust who are still out there and playing. God bless them. I absolutely love Seven Dust. They're all awesome people. And but everybody exchanged. Everybody would exchange musicians, you know, like a guitar player would go from here to there, and like a bass player would go from here to there, and a drummer, and that we all kind of knew each other. We actually had this abandoned schoolhouse in the middle of nowhere in Ohio, and this dude's name was Jay, and he rented out a room. It was a giant schoolhouse, right? And it was only $50 a month, man. This is what I'm talking about. No inflation back in those days. And we rented out a room, and he lived there with his family, which I thought was extremely strange. And we got like it was a classroom. It was literally a classroom was where we practiced at. And in this abandoned schoolhouse in the middle of the night, midnight, 1 a.m., Jay would get really mad, and he'd walk to all the rooms in this abandoned schoolhouse, and you could hear all the different types of music in the world. There was a band called Ton. They kind of made it. I don't know if you guys heard of Ton, but really death metal, like, whoa, man, just like rip your face off, shredding death metal in your face. And then there was like, trying to remember the bands that were in there. There was one that played like all reggae, man. It was like they did like a lot of Bob Marley covers and stuff. It was like they covered Bob Marley. It was like really eclectic. Like you would walk in and you just hear all these different types of music, and it would echo through the hallways at this abandoned school. It was such a cool experience. But yeah, we all kind of swapped, you know, different players from different bands, man. So you got to know, like, the whole scene was very close and it was a really cool time.
whenever they send a barrel, they want to keep that wood tight. And so they put a little proof down neutral spirit in there.
That's
and
awesome,
we dumped
dude.
out of the barrel. Whoa. It reeks of AMBURANA.
Pretty much, Jill.
Can we check to see if there's an ABV on that?
47 proof.
Really? You got some char in there, you got some little splinters in there.
Oh, but what did it have before that?
It was a new AMBURANA barrel.
Oh, it's brand new?
Yes.
Holy sh**.
I'm saying, it's a new barrel.
Okay.
The only reason why this was in there at all is
Just
to
to
keep
keep
the wood
it sealed
tight.
and
Yeah,
absorbed, yeah.
keep the wood tight.
It's, you know what? This is that 48-hour vodka.
But it was in there for way longer than 48 hours.
Yeah, but that's, smell it, and that's what it is.
It is, yeah.
It's that 48-hour vodka.
And it doubled down on the barbecue note.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Like a lot more.
Yeah.
I want to
See, I don't know if I'd like that. I think Brianna and I are in the same camp. Like you could tell when she took a big smell of that. I don't think she liked that, and I think I'd be the same.
All right.
And it doubled down on the barbecue note.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I don't think she likes that.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Like a lot more.
Yeah.
I want to try it.
Ooh, the
She'll
taste,
try it though.
the bitterness. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's the bitterness.
I do not like
That's
that.
what we don't want to have show up in a
I called it.
spirit.
I
almost
called
got
that one.
pickle.
Oh, God. You said pickle, and that's, I was pouring it back, and I can't even
called
drink it
that.
now.
Yeah.
It literally is dill pickle juice.
The
Yeah.
stuff that was swimming in there?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're going to be able to use those barrels a lot.
Yeah.
We might be able to
Right,
fill and
right,
dump
once.
these once a month.
And, oh my God. The speed with which we're turning around product. This never happens in whiskey.
Well, and
Something makes it better and more interesting and more
But it's
unique.
also quick.
And it's quick.
Do we want to try a halfway point, maybe? Yeah, it's really subtle. This is what,
Dude.
24?
This is 24.
Wow.
Okay, so I feel
don't
like
think
we
it's
get
that
this
subtle.
curve that goes up, and then in between 24 and 48, it just kind of like
I don't know.
scaled.
It's really ramped up for me. If you compare it directly to the non-shipped, just the original, it's very different.
But I don't feel like halfway. You know what I mean? I think it's closer to the original.
Yeah,
So do
I
you
would
think
agree.
in this lineup, we found this magical little spot where between 24 and 48 hours, that's when it really starts to take off.
Yeah.
Okay.
The 48 has all of the cinnamon. The 24 didn't get the cinnamon.
Yeah, like the 24 way better.
Like 24 way better?
Really?
I like
On the palate.
I like the 24 in terms of it just feels more relaxed.
Yeah.
It filled in some of the gaps that I didn't even know were there. The 48 though, if you want it to show up and be really clear about what AMBURANA is throwing at you.
Yeah,
The
that's
48
true.
is kind of where it's at. Yeah.
Man, if it really impacts in a barrel that fast, that's gonna be terrifying.
Checking the AMBURANA barrel. We filled this barrels on Tuesday. What day
Yeah.
is it today?
Oh shit,
Friday. What are you doing?
I really don't know.
Kyle's going to pull us a sample, and we want to see within just a, very, very, very few days. Tuesday, Wednesday,
It's a common
Thursday,
problem.
Friday.
It's a very common problem for distillers to forget what day it is. Which essentially is why it is one of the coolest jobs to ever have, because you lose track of time and you're living in a limbo of worlds. Just be careful, kids. Just be careful.
Even 4 days, I'm a little nervous.
Oh, yeah,
I'm a little nervous. Okay, so don't put your nose in it yet.
That's too late. I already did.
Did you?
Right here.
Oh, okay.
It's so strong.
All right, well, don't intentionally put your nose in it yet. So this is the Bardstown right here that we put into the AMBURANA barrel. Very, very slight darker color difference here.
Original. There it is.
Yeah, classic cherry,
Lemongrass.
apple.
Are you ready?
Yeah, okay. I just wanted to show up. I just wanted to show up.
Oh God.
We may need to pull it. We may need to pull it. Oh, it smells nice.
I think we can pull it.
Monday?
Well, how much drama do you want?
This is obvious.
Yeah, no, it's definitely obvious. But how much drama do you want?
We got this much since Tuesday.
3 days.
That's 3 days.
We got
you
two
wanna,
more. We
you
pull
want
it
to
Monday
wait,
morning?
dude? This
That's my question. Do you want it a subtle? Like this is a
this
little
is
bit
not subtle. Put your nose in the original.
I
This is
am.
not subtle. Like, we haven't even tasted yet.
Okay.
Okay. We should probably taste it before we make this decision.
Yeah, see, it hasn't crawled into the palate yet. It's there,
It's
but
there.
it's not as drama in the palate.
Oh, they're underwhelmed. All that buildup. All that buildup, and look at the faces now. Oh, you can see it in the faces. Oh, you can just see it, all the effort, all the work, and you just see the disappointment, man. It's anticlimactic.
Palate.
So if we're going to compare it to the small scale, it is more closely in line with the 24.
Yeah.
Monday, if it's bad, I know the name. Daniel's fault.
Yeah.
All right, we quickly just made an executive decision here on the AMBURANA experiment. We're gonna be doing pre-sale. If you guys want to do an A-B comparison, this happened so quickly, we don't even have labels for it. 3-year-old Bardstown, that classic bourbon, and then same whiskey that was just
I might pick that
flash aged in the AMBURANA barrel. But we're gonna be doing a pre-sale. If you guys want to do an A-B comparison with the
think I
same
might.
whiskey, one that is this 3-year-old classic, beautiful Bardstown bourbon. Same spirit went to an AMBURANA barrel for just a very short window of time. It's cooking up right now, and you're gonna be able to see how much impact it made and how quickly it made that.
You know what, Futz? You're right. I'm not doing it. Futz is absolutely right. He says they're trying to get rid of the low quality stuff so they can start over with another batch. You are absolutely right. Hold on. He just went banana fountain mode. Futz, did you go banana fountain, dude? It happens.
Banana
It
fountain.
happens. Futz went banana fountain mode, man. Saving us money here. Look at this crafty salesman right here. Look at what he did. I was gonna go for it, hook, line, and sinker, and Futz saved the day in banana fountain-esque fashion. If you guys are fans of the Whiskey Tribe, if you're fans of Whiskey Wednesday, every Wednesday here on DG360, you can go to the playlist, save it, help it out, like it, share it. It's a good time. We love it. Let's keep going.